the Washington cesspool of elected leaders is disappointing to say the least, right? But Republicans working with Democrats to sink America should be beyond belief. Of course, it's not. It is what we have come to expect from the ruling class of career politicians who put self-interest above national interest every day of the week. 18 Republicans helped Democrats move closer to passing this $1.2 trillion so-called infrastructure package in the Senate. Here is what needed to happen and didn't. First and foremost, the 18 feckless Republican senators needed to have our backs. They clearly didn't. But beyond that, Mitch McConnell and his 50 Senate Republicans needed to obstruct, they needed to delay, they needed to frustrate, malign. Heck, I don't even care if they sabotage negotiations, but they needed to do something. On this bill, they didn't do any of that. They handed Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer a Senate victory. That's what it's looking like. And bogus talking points about bipartisanship. The proof Republicans just got played before the Senate even voted on this infrastructure bill. Chuck Schumer released his so-called budget plan to be passed through reconciliation. He did that today. No 60-vote limit needed. Listen to this.
Now, I know we will be hearing from my Republican colleagues who are very upset that this will be a partisan bill, which it will be. We're going to use the reconciliation process and the 50 votes we have with the Vice President to protect the working families of this country.
Folks, you might not like to hear this. You're looking at the most honest man in Washington. One thing about Bernie Sanders, I sure hate his politics, but he's always honest about where he stands and what he's doing. He just laid it out. It's a partisan bill designed to stick it to Americans and in turn, stick it to Republicans. See, the Republicans, though, teed this all up. Once they agreed to infrastructure, Schumer knew he won. So now, in a tactic that's supposed to be used to reconcile the budget, iron out details, reconciliation, which should be an accounting task, will instead be exploited to include paid leave, childcare, free pre-K education, free community college, green energy, and an expansion of Medicare. Dental, vision, you name it. Guess what? There's a whole slew of other big government programs stuck into this bill too. Senator Mike Lee, though, one of the good guy Republicans, calls this whole process a, quote, inflation bomb dropped on an already carpet-bombed economy. But don't get caught up in what's in the infrastructure bill or what's in the reconciliation bill. To Americans every day, folks, it doesn't matter where they put these radical ideas. If they pass them all, who cares what bill it's in? And they know that. This is the smoke and mirrors because, again, it gets down to what the left ultimately wants to accomplish. And here it is. The anti-freedom, total government control Marxists elected to Congress, first and foremost, want the suburbs destroyed. This bill will help do that. There is serious talk about including amnesty in the budget plans, too, under the Rouse, as Senator Tom Cotton points out, of deferred action for childhood arrivals, or DACA, as we've come to know it.
That's what they're trying to do right now in their big budget blowout. They want to slip an amnesty in there. They're going to claim it's just for a few very sympathetic DACA recipients. In reality, it's going to be for millions and millions of illegal aliens.
Millions and millions, he said. See, that's the goal. The biggest indication that that's the goal is being what these massive spending bills do not do. They don't fix the border crisis. There's no money even on a wall to upgrade it because the goal is to import poverty now in an effort to transform the suburbs into, I don't know, an equivalent of inner city centers that are filled with Democrat voters. Of course, all reliant on big government. The bottom line is this. The men and women we elected to represent us in Washington are right now, at this moment, letting us down. The fight is non-existent among Republicans there. And if we want to survive the next year and a half, that, folks, has to change. So as the Democrats' no-holds-barred spending continues, today Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told congressional Democrats that raising the debt ceiling, the legal limit on the total amount of federal debt we are allowed to have, should not be included in the $3.5 trillion budget package. She wants it to be more additional spending. The current national debt is well over $28 trillion. It is out of control.
Here's the comedy. They won't let Republicans have any say in this monstrosity, but they want our help raising their credit card to make it happen.
Here's the atrocity. That man, Mitch McConnell, voted for the infrastructure package. McConnell did. That's the real atrocity. And he's complaining about Democrats while I'm sitting here complaining about Republicans. McConnell is trying to act tough on this when he was already just weak moments earlier. But with the way the GOP has been caving on everything, this is likely to be yet another burden taxpayers are going to shoulder. My 12-year-old son is going to have to shoulder, all of your kids and grandkids.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.